What's up, my darlings? Welcome back to the Dollhouse. I think I'm gonna start saying Dollhouse from now on because I feel like it gives me a little bit more oomph, and who don't want more oomph? But today, let's get into 4 ways to tell if your house is haunted. Alright, so first of all, I already know that if you're watching this video, you're more than likely a believer in the supernatural rather than a skeptic. Skeptics to me are crazy. I have a lot of friends who are skeptical of the supernatural, and they tell me it's because they've never seen a ghost or an entity before. So therefore, it doesn't matter how many videos they see, how many times people tell them about it. If they themselves have not experienced it, they don't believe in it. That's crazy to me. Isn't that crazy to you? That's come on now. Y'all know ghosts exist. Stop playing. I wanted to preface this video by explaining to you guys what exactly a ghost is. A ghost is just an energetic imprint of a person. I hope y'all understood this because I don't make sense to myself sometimes. But if you with me, you with me. If you're wondering why ghosts don't just go to the afterlife and be happy, some of them actually do, but they come back because they either have unfinished business or their loved ones are in need of them. So a ghost will come out of retirement, so to speak, so that they could comfort their loved ones. Or sometimes they might be too afraid to move on, or they might not even know that they're dead. I know you guys have heard stories where people are like, oh, I encountered a ghost and the ghost didn't know it was dead, or he or she was dead, because saying it is kind of rude. The ghost didn't know that they were dead. So when they actually found out that they were dead, some of them actually start being very aggressive because they have all that anger, like, how dare I be dead? How dare whoever killed me have killed me, or whatever's going on through their mind. They lash out, some of them, and some of them are very emotional, but sometimes they move on, and that's just how it is. Sometimes they move on, sometimes they choose to remain earthbound. Like I said before, ghosts are energetic being. It's an energetic imprint of what a person used to be. So in order for a ghost to contact or communicate with the living, they need a conduit. That's usually heat. Heat is like a perfect conduit for spiritual entities. They could use your energy. They could use the energy from different sources, kind of like a battery source or a computer or a video camera. I know you guys have seen videos where the ghost hunters are looking for ghosts and entities, and they're telling them to use whatever energy they have surrounding them, and the camera usually dies because the ghost takes that energy from that camera source. All of what I said brings me to this. If you're not sure if your house is haunted, here are some signs to look out for. Sign number 1, temperature change. Now, I'm not just talking about the AC being on or off. I'm talking about legit change in temperature for no reason. So let's say, for instance, you're in an old building, or you're in your house, God forbid, and you walk into an area in your house, a particular area, kind of like a corner or something, and that part of the house is freezing compared to the other warmer parts of your house. That could be a vortex or funnel ghost, because those are the signs, those are the characteristics associated with vortexes or funnel ghosts. And I'll insert a picture right here so you can see what it looks like. Cold spots are not the only thing associated with spiritual entities. They could have hot spots too, but usually it's cold spots because the spirits, like I said, they're energetic and they need conduits to make contact, they pull the energy from their environment by pulling heat. Heat is a big thing, like I said before. So they pull the heat from the environment, and therefore you have a cold spot. I remember watching a type of like a ghost type of documentary series type of thing on YouTube, and the mom had lost her son. He had committed suicide. He was probably about like 16 or 17 years old. He committed suicide because he used to see shadow figures in his room, and he just got so fed up of seeing those entities and hearing the voices in his head and everything, that he decided to take his own life to kind of alleviate what he was going through, like the torment, the torture that he was going through. The mom had a dream that her son appeared to her in her bedroom, and yo, my cat be scaring me sometimes. Like, I'm like, who is in my house, or what is in my house? Like, but she had a dream that the son appeared to her in her bedroom, and let me lock my door. Okay. And when she tried speaking to him, she asked him, "Where are you?" Because that's anybody's hope, you know. That's everybody's wish, that their loved one is okay after they died. But unfortunately, in this incident, he looked down toward the floor, and then when he looked back up at her, he told her, "It's so cold. I'm so cold." And that broke her heart. You know, as a mom, I can't even imagine going through that. So much less for anybody who has gone through this. I want to take this moment to tell you guys, I'm sorry. Okay? And I wish you the best in life. I just wanted to say that. I can't even tell you that it'll get better, because as a mom, if you lost your child, I can imagine that even though you start to be able to live life better, that is always going to be on your mind and in your heart. Number 2, technological glitches and strange sounds. Have y'all ever been in your homes where you've heard footsteps walking around, or creaking, or even furniture moving or dragging, and you're so terrified to think of what it actually could be, like supernatural, that you try to think, maybe the house is just settling. Sometimes it's not just the house settling. Have you ever walked in a building and the lights just started flickering for no reason? Or you close a door and all of a sudden the door is back open when you go back to that room? That's crazy to me, but it might be linked to the supernatural. Now, poltergeist activity is usually associated with those types of tricks. They're real tricksters, you know. They're there to annoy you. And in my opinion, what I think of poltergeists is that they feed off your energy. So it's usually when people are stressed out or depressed or whatever, like those types of activities seem to pick up more than if a person is in charge of their own emotions. You know, if they have spiritual or emotional awareness. I know for a fact that a lot of YouTubers, and it's happened to me before, a lot of YouTubers have complained about filming a series related to ghost topics, and their computers or their cameras would just die, or there would be glitches in their cameras to where they can't even record, or the sound is not working. Basically, those types of spirits, or any type of spirits, it doesn't necessarily have to be poltergeist activity, but any type of spirit could interfere with anything electronic. I remember, you guys, when I was in my haunted apartment in New York. I know I always talk about this apartment, but that's where the majority of my experiences occurred. I was in my apartment and my TV kept going on and off, like every 20 to 30 minutes. Like, it would just click off and I would turn it back on and it would click off, or it would just turn on by itself. Now, toys, my niece's toys used to turn on by themselves all the time. We would see like flashing lights dart across the hallway really, really fast when we know the doors are closed, so there's no way that a light should have been there in the first place. Poltergeist activity, for those of you who don't know, and I'm probably sweating right now because it's hot, but poltergeist activity usually is subtle at first and then it escalates. In my opinion, I feel like the spirit doesn't want that person living in their space. So they're like, you need to get out, but I'm not going to be mean right now. I'm going to tell you like it is, but I'm going to be very nice about it. Therefore, I'm going to misplace a few of your things. I'll take your keys. I'll put it in the bathroom. I'll take your wallet. I'll put it under the bed. You know, like little things like that to kind of annoy you and to make you think, yo, what is going on? Am I crazy? But then if you don't heed those warnings, it escalates. So you get the stacking of chairs. You get the... You guys, I swear I be hearing things. You get the stacking of chairs. You get the dragging. You get the loud knocks. And it can be dangerous, y'all. Even though poltergeist activity is rare, poltergeists can actually hit you. They could pinch you. They could bite you. They could push you. They could do a number of things to you. You guys, I swear I feel like somebody's like right outside of my door. I'm tripping. It's probably just hot. Probably that's what it is. Here's a clip of poltergeist activity that I got from the internet. I hope you enjoy.
209. John, do you copy? It's room 209. Amy says nobody's checked into that room, and there's reports of screaming coming from that room. Amy, he's on his way down there right now. What's going on, John? Checked into that room. There should be nobody in there. Wait 1 second, John. Amy, are you there? Yeah, John says he hears the screaming coming from that room. And I hear it too. But we're sure that no one's checked into that room. Correct? John, just wait. We're going to get a hold of the police. So, I would wait for the police, John. Amy, John's going to enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on. Wait one. John? John, are you there? Okay, Amy, John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind. He says no one's in there, but that all of the furniture's been turned upside down and the hold on. He says the carpet's been ripped up and that the shower is on, but nobody's in there. Man, that's scary.
Y'all, if that shit happened in your home, what would you do, honestly? Would you stay or would you like hightail it out of there? I know for me, you wouldn't even be able to see me. I would run so dang fast. I don't play those games. You want your house back? Cool. I'll take the loss, but I'm out. Now, even though poltergeist activity is very rare, it does happen. So those noises that you're hearing at night might not be the house settling, bruh. It might be poltergeist related. You never know. Number 3, smells. Oh my God. Okay, so if you're in a home or a space and you start smelling something putrid, like rotten eggs or sulfur, those are typically, not always, but typically associated with negative entities. So it's usually associated with the diabolical or demonic or just really negative type of spirits. Either way, I'm not here for it. The second type of smell is like fragrances that were associated with the people when they were alive. Kind of like, okay, have you ever been having a bad day or just like a time for it, you know, like you were just down and depressed, and all of a sudden you start smelling a fragrance that your grandmother mother used to wear or your loved one used to wear, or you start smelling tobacco smoke that your husband used to smoke. Have you ever experienced that, and then all of a sudden you feel calm and you feel like you could take on the world again? That's usually a spirit letting their loved ones know, hey, I'm here, I'm here, you'll be okay. I think that's beautiful. I remember in my old apartment, my haunted apartment, we used to smell things a lot coming from my closet in my bedroom. Now, my bedroom was small. I shared it with my little sister. We had a bunk bed and we had a tiny little closet. In that closet, I swear to you, every so often, probably like every month or so, we would start smelling things in the closet. One, we would smell something putrid, like rotten animal, you know, like an animal died and it was just rotting away in the closet. We would search everywhere for that closet, for that animal, and we wouldn't be able to find it, but the smell would be so strong, like it was right there. It would be horrible. Now, if you don't know, those apartments in New York are made out of brick and like concrete. So there's no freaking way that a freaking rat or something could have gotten under my floorboard. There's no way. So that was kind of weird to me. Another thing we would smell a lot was perfume. It was like a musky type of perfume. I want to say it smelled kind of like white diamonds, like Elizabeth Taylor perfume. It was that type of smell to me, but I'm not really good with fragrance. And also we would smell cigar smoke. Ain't nobody in the project smokes cigar, bruh. Nobody. Like, they might smoke a little weed, they might smoke cigarettes, but cigar? Nah. So we knew for a fact that it was coming from the closet, and that was where it was coming from. There was nowhere else, no way, Jose. And it was just, we would look at it kind of like side eye, you know, like what really is going on here. But we didn't really have, I don't know, we just looked at it weird. Finally, tip number 4, número cuatro. Yo, my Spanish is horrible. Número cuatro. Have y'all ever been having a hard time with speaking Spanish, or is it just me? I can't believe it's only just me. But número cuatro, that's better, is pets or children, especially small children, acting weird. If you have pets or children, have you ever noticed that sometimes they'll stare so intently at a particular spot in your house that you start feeling the weebie-jeebies, you know? But is that what it says? Weebie-jeebies? Am I just making that up? But you start feeling weird, you know? Like you start feeling like there's something there, but you can't see anything, so you kind of debunk it to being, you know, probably a bug or something that they're interested in, or probably nothing is there and they're just weird. Animals and children are sensitive to the supernatural because, one, in my opinion, I feel like when they're younger, they can't really express themselves, so they can't go telling their mom or dad, hey, I saw a ghost, you know? Like, so I guess the ghosts feel comfortable with the children when they're younger, so they show themselves more so than older children. So and with cats, you already know they're used to that shit. They can't talk. So all they could do is look at it and probably meow once in a while, you know? When you're born pretty much pure. You don't have any idea of the ignorance in the world. You're basically ignorant to everything in the world. you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. You're ignorant to it. So you're more open to seeing an entity and interacting with them because you're not thinking, oh, that person's dead and I shouldn't be talking to them or whatnot, right? You're just, as a child, you're just thinking, okay, well, you know, she says she's dead, but she's still my friend because it's somebody I get to play with. You know, that's why, like, a lot of kids, they, not a lot, but some kids, they form bonds with those entities, and that bond is strong until that person starts getting older and they start being influenced by the world around them. Next time your child or your pet is looking at any particular spot in your home or following something that you can't see, don't just debunk it as nothing or as being a bug. It might be an orb. Take a look. Orbs are usually transparent or translucent in color. They can go from being white to light blue. I've also heard of people saying that orbs, they've seen red orbs. I've never particularly seen a red orb, but I don't associate the color red with goodness. I see it as being diabolical in nature, if that makes sense. So I'm not here for any orbs, but it might be that, you know, that they're looking at, because kids and animals, they see things that we can't. Or it might just be a actual full-bodied apparition. You never know. You never know what's going on inside of your home because you were not the first one to be in that home. And even though you build a home from the ground up, that land had been used to bury people before that you may not even know about. You already know shit happens in the world and we're not the only ones to inhabit it. We're not going to be the only ones to die. We're not going to be the only ones to walk this earth. It is what it is. C'est la vie. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little long ass video and you hopefully learned something. Hopefully your house is not haunted because nobody wants that. And I will see y'all next time.